And hello, YouTube. Now my mouth is feeling a lot better, although it's super weird having those teeth gone. So, date and time. It's Wednesday, August 31st, 2022, 9:54 a.m. Last day of the month, so I should probably try and get my rent paid. Of course, right now, my first goal of the day. By the way, for the most part, I've just been in bed since I got back from the dentist. Yeah, spent most of the time just laying in bed. I might say it like hurt. It just didn't feel good. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I just got this big gaping hole in my mouth now, and two open sockets. And for quite a while, I was just sucking on gauze, and it bled for a while, but that stopped. It seems to be all right now. Haven't ate much since then. I'm real nervous about eating right now. In fact, I think the only thing I've ate since getting home, I had leftover tacos, and just the thought of eating tacos was just not appealing at all. I did manage to eat one of those filled croissants, the kind that's got like the jelly and the cream in it, and I feel like I got that on my chin and on my mustache. So yeah, real classy. Yeah, not sure what I'm going to be doing for food today. So it's as I said, it's Wednesday, so I've still got my karaoke show tomorrow. I'm feeling nervous about it. I feel like I look goofy as fuck with those teeth gone. And but I mean, that's my show. I gotta do it. I can't just throw in the towel on it. I must say I'm feeling a whole lot better today than I expected to. So I don't know. I was looking at myself in the mirror. I feel like I look pretty much just, it hasn't changed my appearance. As long as my mouth is closed, I look pretty much the same. I say I look exactly the same. Like I have it. It's not enough tooth loss that is giving me, that obvious look of the guy that has no teeth. Which my sister, whose birthday just came and went a few days ago, she passed a few years ago on her 40th birthday due to a really tragic motorcycle accident, and she neglected her teeth even worse than I have. And I recall not long before she died, she had to have them all taken out, and I don't know, she was a really good sport about it. I got to give her credit for that. She took it a lot better than I would have, but she just kind of made a big joke out of calling it. She called it duck face, or she'd suck her lips in over her gums since her teeth weren't there. And shoot, I probably got a couple pictures. I'm pretty sure on this YouTube channel I've got the video collage that was played at her funeral. I forget exactly who made that, but well, that's an odd place for a forklift. Wonder what they're working on. I'm loading some cinder block here. A lot more heavy-duty forklift than the one I operate. On that note, I really hope I don't miss my retraining due to missing this much work, due to having to have kind of work done. Because yeah, that So, I don't know, for me that's one of the worst things about Amazon being how it is that like when I've got stuff going on where I can't make it work, personal stuff, medical stuff, whatever, I don't have any communication with the people who are actually my direct bosses. Everything's just through, I mean, most everything's just click on an app. Yesterday I did actually talk to somebody who I'm pretty sure was in India. So, you know, whatever's going on with me and being rescheduled for that, I mean, generally speaking, that was kind of going on between me talking to people in the warehouse during work, and of course they haven't seen me for, you know, a couple of weeks now. So I don't know. I mean, if you know, that's got to be rescheduled. It's got to be rescheduled. It is what it is. I mean, the pain I was getting from my teeth was beyond what I could have possibly dealt with and continued to work. So, God, I do feel so weird with this big hole in my mouth. And I mean, I suppose at some point I'll get used to it. And the worst thing isn't even what's missing. The worst thing is that I've got, you know, incisors on the top of my mouth that are pressing against my upper lip in an awkward way that it, you know, the one on the last one that's still there on the left is pressing against my upper lip in a way that feels really awkward to me. Anyway, I want to believe I'll get used to it, but I don't know, kind of have my doubts. I mean, I guess I will get used to it. I mean, shit, people get used to everything, right? So, yeah, I looked in the mirror. I do not like my smile right now at all. Yeah, absolutely don't like my smile at all. As much as I really, you know, as much as I'm trying to get myself out of debt right now and don't have money to be spending on vanity, I'm so put off by the way I look at the big gaping hole in the, guy making the U-turn just about cut off the guy turning right. Actually, I want to say guy turning right cut off the guy making the U-turn, because in that particular situation, that's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. In that situation, the guy making the U-turn actually has the right of way. The guy making the U-turn had a green light, and the guy turning right was turning right on red. Yeah, turning right on red, you pretty much yield to absolutely everyone. You have a red light. Like, you can only go if there's no pedestrians, no bicycles, not even a person making a U-turn. And U-turn's one of those odd traffic maneuvers where you're not 100% obligated to turn into the nearest available lane, just because most vehicles just simply don't have the turning radius for that. All right. Checking the Valley Metro app. I'll probably just walk this. It's only a half mile, but hey, if there's a bus that'll be here soon, may as well take it. Oh man, it is so bright out here. I can't hardly see my iPhone screen. I suspect it's turned up all the way. Or actually, oh, that's what it is. I can't see I'm shooting video on the iPhone right now. I can't see my Obama phone screen. Yeah, as I mentioned a while back, I dropped it in my, I didn't even drop it from a distance. Like, I dropped it on my bed, but the screen has gone very dim compared to what it was, and whites are no longer white. They're kind of like a piss yellow. So let's see, it's 10:03. Bus will be here at 10:16. Yeah, I'm not waiting 13 minutes for the bus. No, just going to keep on walking. Yeah, I fell asleep listening to a video this morning. A somewhat restless night. I didn't sleep as well as I really should have, which is fine. I need to get back on my nocturnal schedule anyway. Although I'm not planning on going back to Amazon until Sunday night. But anyway, God, the way my teeth feel in my mouth is so weird. It doesn't help that particular the tooth that I have up above, like I've always kind of had a crooked smile anyway, and that's kind of on me. It's looking back at the stupidity, some of my stupidity as a child. My dad was totally down to pay for braces. All the rest of my other siblings got braces, and I absolutely didn't want it, and threw his fit about not wanting to have braces, and to which my dad's response is like, fine, then you're not getting them. And yeah, little did I know, I kind of set myself up for statistically some failure as an adult. Statistics bear out that people with good teeth get better job opportunities than people with crooked teeth, and aesthetically pleasing, attractive people get hired more often than ugly people. Not that I consider myself to be an ugly person. I feel like I'm a relatively attractive person, especially for my age. But yeah, it's certainly possible. I've probably missed out on some opportunities because I've always had crooked front teeth. And yeah, in my childhood mind, I really thought I'd won that one. I got one over my dad on that. And yeah, all I did was kind of fuck myself, because it sure would have been a lot better for me to get my teeth straightened as a young teenager than to try to get it done now as an adult. Now I'm starting to miss a significant number of them. I don't know though. It's something that it's like I've lost some teeth, but they've been in the back, and I've never much thought about it. It's like, well, whatever. I still got a good looking smile. I'm fine. An okay looking smile. I mean, yeah, they're crooked, but whatever. I mean, I still feel like they're less crooked than the average British person, So anyway, it's such an unfair stereotype, but I don't know, what is it with British people and crooked teeth? Does anybody know? It seems to be like one of those stereotypes that holds true. Anyway, but yeah, that one being crooked has never bothered me as much right now, just because it just kind of pushes out against my lip. Getting a full face of implants is clearly out of my budget, but getting a couple implants to replace the two that I just had pulled kind of sounds like a good idea right now. Kind of sounds like something that might be worth, throwing on a credit card or getting financed by one of the places that says that they finance them. In spite of how crappy my income is, my FICO's still pretty decent, so it's an option. Anyway, anything else going on? Not a whole lot. And if anything, I'm kind of oversharing for as little as is going on with me. Woke up to a funny comment on one of my recent videos, the one from yesterday, where I was just driving to get tacos at my Sip and Safe drink, which really wasn't much of a video, but somehow that did come up to being like 30 minutes, which is weird. Like, I guess in my head I think, oh, I do that so quick when I drive, but still, 30 plus minutes is a significant amount of time. Now, granted, I think I was talking about something when I got into my carport and drug it out a little bit, with that, but yeah, somebody I'd never seen comment on any of my videos before. It's like, what the hell is this? Post some good content. I'm like, really? Okay. I don't know. I mean, you never know what videos are going to be recommended by the YouTube algorithm and who or why. So, you know, yeah, that's, you know, why would you, I don't know. I haven't responded to the guy yet. I'm trying to think of an intelligent response, but we'll probably say something along the lines of, "Hey, dude, this is, you know, basically my diary, which I'm opening up to the public. So, you know, if sorry, my boring ass life isn't impressive enough for you." Anyway, I have been, speaking of YouTube, I've been binge watching a channel that was randomly recommended to me by the algorithm, probably yesterday. I don't think I started watching it until yesterday. That truck is loud. I started watching it until yesterday. Well, how is it I never noticed there's a dental office right here? Yeah, I highly doubt that was one that was an option for me. Wow, it doesn't look like they're open very often either. Look at that. Tuesday closed, Thursday closed. Make an appointment today. That is a man who has his own practice and isn't really concerned about getting new clients, and good for him. Most likely he owns that property. Just judging from where the property is, most likely he owns that piece of property. It is massively appreciated in value as a piece of commercial property, and you know, he just has to make enough money off his already existing clients to and whatever random referrals he gets to make ends meet. So that's kind of living the dream. If we can work 3 days a week and, you know, have a comfortable living, I'd say. Definitely trying to think what I want to eat today. I definitely don't want Del Taco. I'm kind of over Del Taco, and let's see, what are my eating options that don't involve chewing? To be fair, the teeth that I lost aren't really ones I use for chewing. I still got most of my molars and stuff. It's just, I'm just concerned about, you know, chewing, and this is what the dentist told me as well. I need to be concerned about, you know, not chewing anything that's hard. He definitely said to stay away from potato chips and avoid things that are going to result in something getting inside the open tooth sockets while I heal. Oh man, 13, 12 seconds, 11 seconds, 7 seconds. I am not going to make this light. Damn it. That sucks. And this is one of those ginormous yeah, I'm not jaywalking past this. Well, I guess I could do like that guy's doing over there. And just to be clear, that guy is not jaywalking. There is a street to the south, so where he walked is legally an unmarked crosswalk according to Arizona law. So, you know, it looks like there's enough gaps in traffic. I should be able to do that. Yeah, when I did my little taco run yesterday, which is crappy content. Good to know. When I did my taco, I agree. It's absolutely terrible content. Yeah, when I did my taco run yesterday, actually, no, take it back. Not the taco run. I kind of maneuvered around traffic really well. Wow, look at this. Not a problem using the unmarked crosswalk. Absolutely. And had I waited for the crosswalk, it wouldn't be green right now because I'm on the 44th Street. There is on its green left turn arrow cycle. It would have probably just turned. Nope, still on the turn signal cycle. But anyway, that stopped the traffic and nothing coming the other way. So yeah, it was probably a pretty good call right there to unmarked crosswalk. And yay, my car is still here. You know, I think I'm just gonna pop in and say hi to the gals that work the desk. They were really, really helpful for me the last couple of days, and they might be curious whose car that is. So I think I'm gonna head in there and just let them know everything's going together okay with my big hole in my face, and that I did leave my car overnight in case they were curious whose car it is. But anyway, thanks for coming with me on the walk. And 20-minute walk to the dentist's office. That's not bad. That's not bad. So anyway, I was mentioning the video I was watching early this morning. To be honest, it was one I was listening to. I wasn't really watching because it's basically two guys video conferencing, just talking, sitting at desks. But two urbanist type videos that I really like. One of them is based in the Netherlands. I forget what channel it is. I want to say Oh the Urbanity, but I might be wrong on that one. It's definitely one I've watched before. And the other one is one I watch a lot, called Not Just Bikes, which is a Canadian that, wow, I just noticed this building is also owned by Reasons Dental, even though they're not using this building. So that's interesting. Anyway, Not Just Bikes is a person who's from Canada, who grew up in Canada, and then as a young adult bounced back and forth between Canada and the United States, and never really liked driving, never really liked having to be dependent on a car, absolutely hated the public transit in the town that he grew up in, which has become affectionately known worldwide by people that are into the anti-car dependency movement, or the urbanism movement, as fake London, which I believe is London, Ontario. And I'm not sure how big London, Ontario is. Apparently it's a pretty good sized city. Never heard of it before I started watching Not Just Bikes. But apparently it's very much like Phoenix in that it's, well, other than the climate's a lot different, of course, but a lot of very large stroads, and he showed some video of it in his videos. A bunch of very large stroads and bus stops like that adjacent to the stroads that don't get serviced very often. To be fair, that particular bus stop there is where all of the 44s headed westbound start getting their service. So that stop, at least on weekdays, is serviced pretty well. But I think y'all get my point. Anyway, he was just having a discussion. It was over an hour long, but it was very in depth about public transit. And for those that follow my channel that are interested in that, he probably already gave up on this video and didn't get that far. It's like, oh, it's just Dan walking to the dentist. Boring. But I will try to put a link in the video description to it, because it was kind of boring. It's not a very engaging video, but the discussion was, for those that want to go in depth on the subject, it was really good. And it was talking a lot about why a lot of North American, and by North American I want to specify United States and Canada, Mexico's a whole nother animal, but United States and Canadian transit systems, why so many of them fail. Not Just Bikes, I think it was Not Just Bikes. It might have been, yeah, definitely Not Just Bikes. Was referencing a video where he had shown this really impressive BRT system that had this big station where it dropped off, and the station was really elaborate, but then once you got there, you were at the corner of two stroads adjacent to this huge parking lot, and there was literally nothing there as a pedestrian destination. Like, there were some single family houses that were big, but they were not accessible through there. You just saw a big wall where you were at the backside of them, so you'd have to do quite a bit of walking on a stroad with very narrow sidewalks to get to where those houses, entrance to those houses. So yeah, that transit center, not really helpful to people that live in that house, unless of course they drive to the parking lot and use it as like a parking ride. But again, that kind of defeats the purpose of having good public transit. And then he said, as I recall, he was using it to get to an office building, and he said it was almost a mile walk, or maybe a kilometer walk, which is more like a half mile, but whatever, a longer walk than you really want to take, especially if it's cold in Canada. I think this was in Canada. But yeah, a good solid half mile plus walk. to the office building over super narrow sidewalks, and then he'd have to cross like an intersection like that ahead of me where you're trying to walk across two different roads. And it's yeah, that's not anything anybody wants to do. You know, the key to that kind of transit being successful is when you get to the station having a lot of good walking destinations, you know, good destinations, both residential and business and retail, all nicely adjacent to the station. Which, as much as I like to bag on Phoenix for having bad transit, I have to admit there are a lot of spaces that are like that. In fact, a good example, and one that I have a lot of footage of on my channel, is the 19th Avenue in Montebello, the Phoenix Light Rail Station, which as you see when I shoot video of it, it's very, very busy. And that is right adjacent to Christown Mall. I've gone off at length about how I don't like the way the bus connections are, and yeah, the bus connections there are pretty freaking terrible. But both of my banks have branches right there. Like I can get off that and do my, that's a corner I can do my banking on, me personally. Mall is right there. It's walking. Like Target is right there. I mean, yeah, you have to walk across the parking lot, but it's not much. It is a bit of a walk to the Walmart, but again, you can walk through a mall for most of that walk. And then there is the mall there. Now, granted, the mall is kind of dying. It's supposed to be getting a major renovation project that is, I think, sadly going to eliminate most of the interior mall, which to me is insane. Like that Phoenix is getting rid of enclosed malls for open air malls, because it's supposed to be 111 today. Like, kind of enclosed air conditioned malls are a good thing in this climate, but whatever. I guess the public has decided that those are passé and they don't really like them, except for of course Scottsdale Fashion Square, which is doing great. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point, but gonna go inside, talk to the dental assistants, let them know I'm grabbing my car, and let them know what's left of my teeth are okay. And thanks for coming with me on the walk.